One of the themes in this show is appearances and how we might connect the ethics or the morality of something to the way that it looks. Flechettes are little metal darts that are put into an explosive device, and then they come out in a shower that passes through everything in its path. It made me immediately think of nail bombs and how someone might pack together a homemade device with nails and set off an explosion, and how the difference in reporting that would result around whether an army was using flechettes or whether a dissident was using a nail bomb, and how we might call one barbaric and cruel and the other we might see as military and clinical, when the effect on the person who is on the receiving end of flechettes or nails is essentially the same. White torture is a general name for approaches to torture which aim not to leave physical marks. And you can see this in the CIA attempting to produce legal torture. And in the exhibition we have an example of a document that shows some of these legalized approaches to torture, which use psychological means, sleep deprivation, psychological games, and ways to put people under stress and duress, which don't leave bruises or broken bones. But actually this kind of torture can be even more harmful than what you might call traditional torture, in which there's more physical harm to the person. Something very interesting about white torture is that it's an attempt within a democracy to make something illegal legal, to bring it within the legal system. But actually what all the work around it says is this is very much torture, and it can even be more insidious than traditional torture. Another pair of exhibits that bring this idea out is a collection of portraits of landmines by Raphael Delaporte called Anti-Personnel, and they're very beautifully shot, almost like products or fashion photography against a dark background. And then immediately opposite them is Gregory Green's improvised explosive device, his art bombs that he's been making for decades. The bombs that he has in this show are very primitively put together. They're very much like a DIY hacked approach to making a bomb. And the landmines are produced by various militaries around the world. And they have this more aestheticized appearance or high technology appearance. Essentially, they would do the same thing to somebody, but they might be perceived of differently. One is primitive and barbaric, the other is high-tech and civilized. We'd like to undo some of those connections, and that's part of what we're doing in this show, is putting together these constellations of objects out of which we hope to get you to question some of these relationships.